everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jennifer, and today we have an interesting video. Today we are doing the Dior 749 Romantic Voyage. And I say interesting because it's not the quint that I ordered, but it is. Let me explain. So Dior came up with a surprise quint that they posted on their US Dior website, and I'll have a picture above if I can screen capture it. I think I can, but basically, and if I can't, it had like warm shades in it and a black dark shade, and it looked like the perfect quint to do like a smoky eye look. And the name, at least on the US Dior site, was Romantic Voyage. And I absolutely loved the quint, so I immediately ordered it. Of course I ordered it because I have everything from Dior at this point, and I wanted to show all of you, and I ordered it. Then at the same time, another quint we saw some screenshots of that was available in Germany, and I think the shade name was Golden Day or something like that, and it was like a pinkish purple, and we're like, oh, it's so odd because it seems like the name should be reversed. Well, it turns out, as far as we can tell so far, the names were reversed, and the shades that ended up arriving today, although yes, the name is right, Romantic Voyage, which is what I ordered, the color story is not what they had on the US Dior site. This is the color story. And this is a really pretty color story, but it is not at all what was posted. And so, from a legal perspective, because I am a lawyer, that's a problem. We won't get into it, but you can't entice people into buying something when you are actually showing them the wrong product and then enticing them to buy. It's called bait and switch. So when I'm recording this video, I don't have clarification on this. I have not talked to Dior. A good friend of mine, Aileen from A Merch Beauty, will be having a live go up before this gets posted, but not before I'm recording this. So we might have clarification by the time this video goes up, which if we do, that's great. But my purpose here today when this goes up will just be to show you the quint so you can see what it looks like and see if you like it. And then I'll compare it to the other quints that I think are similar color stories in Dior. I'm disappointed with Dior's reaction thus far. Who knows? Maybe they will redeem themselves. Who knows? Okay, so let's just watch the quint first. Again, this is Romantic Voyage 749. And this is a cool toned purple, I would say, quint. If you're asking me like, well, Jen, are you thinking of returning it? I'm not, because I would have bought this anyway to review for you guys. But I still don't like being duped into buying something when it is not the correct thing. That does not make me happy. I also did buy another one of these for the giveaway, the 5,000 person giveaway. I will still have it in the 5,000 person giveaway because the formula is good and the swatches are good. I know this because Aileen has hers up, and I do like the quint. It's actually really pretty. Again, that's not the issue. But anyway, so yes, I will keep it, I will wear it, and I will make sure that it's in the 5,000 person giveaway as well. Okay, so that's the quint. The formula is really pretty. It seems to be the formula that, you know, I fell in love with. It's a beautiful color story, really nice. I actually love these purple shades, so I'm very excited about it. Again, not the one we were told it was, but that's another story. Hopefully we'll have clarification by the time this video goes up. And I'll make sure that Aileen's video, she's doing a live after I record this, will also be linked in the description box. All right, let's compare Plum Tulle, which is one of my favorite, if not my favorite. There's a lavender shade in Plum Tulle that's like absolutely stunning, and it's very similar to what's in this Voyage. I think they're going to be very similar palettes, which again, I love this palette, Plum Tulle, so not necessarily a bad thing. Still not what I ordered. But you know, that's a different conversation. Okay, so this is Romantic Voyage. This is Plum Tulle. Plum Tulle, Romantic Voyage. Plum Tulle is a little bit more lavender. This has a lighter tone in here because this light pink and this topper shade, more sparkle here. This light pink shade is lighter than the shade that's in here. The lavender shades, this shade and this shade, are very similar. The one in the Plum Tulle has more shimmer to it. These are more matte. This doesn't really have as a really matte shade except for this one. And let me show you them next to each other. I want to be careful with the Plum Tulle because it's a little broken, but it is like my favorite. This is the new one, the Voyage. Okay, let's compare. Let's do Pink Sakura. Pink Sakura is a quint that doesn't look pink. It's just one of those things. It's really pretty. I really like it, but it's not, I mean, it has some pink in it, but it's definitely more of like that plum. These are all gonna be very similar, guys. You can just tell. I mean, there's only so many shades you can come up with, I guess. But Pink Sakura was a limited edition, and I know a lot of people really wanted it. That's Pink Sakura here. And that's the new one. So here's the new one. Here is Plum Tulle, one of my favorites. Here's Pink Sakura, also a favorite, but you can see like these two shades here are very much like these two shades. This shade is like this one in Plum Tulle. This shade here is very much like this shade. This is the differentiator in Pink Sakura. Okay, let's try Tutu. Let's put it here. The topper shade in Tutu looks very much like the topper shade in Voyage. Lavender shade also looks very similar. Okay, guys. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, starting with this pink shade here, is Tutu. So this is Tutu. This is Pink Sakura. Then we've got Plum Tulle, and here's the new one here. New one, Pink Sakura, Tutu. Tutu is this is a much deeper shade. The topper's similar, but this one's pinker. This lavender shade and this shade, similar to the ones, this lavender shade and this shade in the Voyage. I'll go over I'll slowly turn my arm again so you can see. All right, and last, let's put in Blooming Bouquet. And I can put Blooming Bouquet here. We'll put it over here. I wish I had longer arms, guys, but I don't. Blooming Bouquet is a much lighter, less pigmented quint, except for one shade, which is deep, and the rest are much lighter. Okay, this is Blooming Bouquet. You see this one deep shade. Everything else is much, much lighter. Then we have Pink Sakura. Then we have Tutu. Then up here we have Plum Tulle and the new one, Voyage. So I'd say there's definitely a difference between this new one and all of the others that are this color story. Looking at my arm, I'd have to say, I think it's most like Plum Tulle, which is why I put it up here. I think it's most like Plum Tulle, but I think it's a less purpley lavender plum. I think it's less of that. This, you can definitely see more of the plum and the lavender here. This looks more, I don't know, I think it's more contrasting. All right, I'm going to wash my arm off and then we'll get into a look. Okay, so let's do an eye look. Like I said, it looks like a really pretty quint. Let's hope that it actually performs as well on the eye as it does on the arm. And the whole brouhaha around the fact that it's not even the right quint, hopefully by the time this video goes up, we'll have some clarification. All right, so let's take this shade here. This is one of the matte shades. And we'll put this on the eye. This is an Hourglass number 6 brush. I admit I was looking forward to receiving the other color story, but it is what it is. So I did plan on picking up this color story if it came to the United States, because this was the color story that they showed on the German site, or at least I think it was German. It was a sneak peek on Instagram, and they said it had popped up in Germany, and I did really like the color story, and I planned on getting it. I just didn't know I was ordering it this time. All right. So that shade is really nice. It's similar, like I said, to some of the other shades in the quints that I just showed you. I think we're gonna find, and I'm sure Aileen will cover in her live comparison swatches as well. Aileen has a little bit deeper skin tone than I do, so the shades will look different on her. She's got a great channel. If you haven't checked her out, she's hilarious and a good person. I really enjoy watching her, and I'll make sure that her live information, if it's available, sometimes the lives take a little while to go up, but I'll make sure they're posted in my description box, so any clarification that she has on her live will be available to all of you. Okay, so that looks really good. Beautiful shade. Really like that. I think it's great. Let's take the lavender shade and let's put that on the eye, and then I'll leave a space in the middle to do like the pinkish. I'm gonna use the flat definer by Sonia G. This is a small brush because I want to be a little more detailed in how I do this. So I'm gonna take the shade that's in the middle. The middle is like that lavender shade that I talked about, and we'll just put that on the outer corner, outer half. A little bit of fallout there, but nothing I can't, brush away. We'll do the same on the other side. Yeah, it's very similar to the lavender that's in many of the other Dior quints. Lavender is one of my favorite shades. And before we're done today, I will compare it to the new Chanel as well, so you can see that, this Serenite. And we'll put this lavender on the inner, because I think there is going to be some similarities between this and the Serenite. I don't think it's the same at all, but I think there's similarities. Okay, so we've got that on most of the eye. Let's take the light pink shade here, put that on the middle of the eye. And it is a very light shade, so I would suggest with that shade that you want to like pat it on an area that either doesn't have a lot of shadow already down, or if you're, you know, just working with it as like an overlay for another shade, just expect that it's not going to be like a super, it's pigmented. It's got enough pigment to go over another shade, but it is a light shade. And so there's not going to be as much contrast if you just put it over another shade. But I think that works. That's very nice. Okay, so then we're going to take, this is a Refer number 12. It's a more stubby contour brush. We're going to take that deep matte shade, this one here. Put that just on the outer corner. And the great thing about like this brush, you can literally just sort of stamp it and get that outer corner, and then just like go like that. Just little circles, and you get your deepening. If you're just looking to keep it in one area and you don't really want to blend it in, which I don't. I just want to concentrate this on the outer corner of the eye, and I'm going to use it as liner as well. Okay, we'll blend, but not just yet. All right, so let's take the topper shade using my finger. This is very much a white glittery topper shade. This doesn't have as much pink as the Tutu. Yeah, that's really pretty. Okay. So let's blend out the top part, just the upper part here. I'm just pulling the color up a little because I didn't do a brow bone highlight, so I'm just kind of pulling that purple, but very, very lightly, so there's just like a little bit, but also blending out that line because there can be like a little bit of harsh line if you don't blend it. You don't have to. Not everybody cares, but if you want to get rid of that line, you can sort of blend that out. Let me just clean up the edge a little. Okay, just tighten that up a little bit. And then let's take that deep purple shade that I used on the outer corner and just use it as liner. This is very pigmented, like the other Dior's. So I don't think you'll have a problem with that. I'm just doing it lower lash line and then outer corner, just going over it just a little bit. Not like full lash line. All right, and let's take the sparkly shade, the topper shade, use a little bit as inner corner, see how that works. I mean, it's definitely more of a topper. You're not gonna get much opacity from it, but I think you can get a little sparkle here in the inner corner. And that's the final look. I'll put on some mascara and then we'll compare it to the most recent Chanel, the Serenite. So we're back with a full look with mascara. So if we're just talking about the color story and the formula and how it performs and all of that, it's beautiful. Very, very nice. Beautiful eye look. Definitely like a plummy, purpley kind of look to me. I think it's really pretty on the eye. It's the kind of shades that I've actually been loving lately. It reminds me a lot of Plum Tulle and Tutu. I don't think it looks as much like Pink Sakura or Blooming Bouquet. Blooming Bouquet is a lighter overall palette with that one deep shade. And Pink Sakura, because it has that magenta-ish shade in it, it really does change the overall look. Pink Sakura is a gorgeous quint and I really do like it. There are some similarities though, so if you didn't pick up Pink Sakura, I think this would be a good one if you liked that color story and just didn't have a chance to get it since it was limited edition. If you like Plum Tulle and Tutu, you're definitely gonna like this. You saw the swatches on my arms, you saw the differences. What I would say is this one has a topper shade that is truly just a topper shade. It's like a white sparkly shade. The Tutu has more of a pinkish topper shade. I'd also say that there's two mattes in here that are, you know, like that purple, which I used on the outer corner and the liner, and that sort of like grayish purple Really beautiful. The lavender is stunning, and that like light pinkish shade is what I have kind of in the center of the lids mixed with the lavender. That's not really in the others. So I do think it's different enough. There absolutely are similarities, and the color stories are very close. I think if I was to compare, I think probably Plum Tulle is the closest on the eye look. I love Plum Tulle, so I mean it's not upsetting to me, but that's what I would say. In regards to the whole drama around the fact that Dior US posted a different picture and somehow got the names mixed up. Hopefully by the time this video goes up, Aileen will have given us some insights on her live. All right, so I'm gonna do a swatch comparison with the Chanel Serenite, which is the newest one. I just had this video go up the other day, and I really love the Serenite palette. I think it's really nice. I think Chanel did a great job with their summer collection. It's the first collection that Chanel has come out with that in a while that I really loved everything. Both the quads, the vibration quad and the Serenite quad, and the liners, stunning. All right, so let's do the Voyage first. This pinky shimmery shade is the one I'm talking about that I have, like, you can't really see it on my arm, but that's the one I have on the middle of my eye. That shade really doesn't appear in the others. There is like a topper with like a pinkish shade like that, which is in Tulle, Tutu, which is why, you know, you see some similarities there, but this is more of a shimmer, which is not something that you really see in the others, this light pink. This is like that pinkish, this is like the deeper purple. It has like a gray undertone to it. That's a matte. And then the same with this one. This one even has even more of a gray undertone to it that's matte. Those two shades. There are some similar shades in the other palettes, but they're not together like this. And then the middle shade, which is this really pretty lavender, reminds me a lot of what is in Plum Tulle. They are very similar lavenders. Beautiful shade. The one in the Plum Tulle is a little bit more shimmery, I think. All right, so let's do the Serenite next to it. And I think it's gonna be that it's a similar color story, but I don't think it's the same at all. At least from the look that I got on my eye. Sometimes it's hard to tell, so definitely good to swatch. Yeah, so far you can see this is the Voyage, this is the Serenite so far. You can see these shades are already very different. This lavender is much more, this has like a true lavender grayish. This is more purple. And then the light shade for the Chanel, it's like in the pan it almost looks gray, but on the eye it's a very grayish purple. Very light. I actually really like the shade. I think it's unique, and I want to try it with this next shade, just the two shades together, to see how that looks on the eye, because I think it would be really interesting. So this is the Serenite from Chanel, and this is the new Voyage from Dior, and I think you'll agree that those are very different. Very different palettes. Okay guys, I think that's it for today. You know, I wish I had more clarification as I'm filming this, but hopefully, like I said before, ad nauseum, we'll have clarification by the time it goes up. So my final thoughts are the quad itself is beautiful. I think the formula is excellent. Love the color story. Really, I'm loving the purples and the lavenders and the lilacs. I just think they are really nice, great for the summer. Happy that I have the quint, confused by all of it, but I'm sure we'll get some sort of resolution soon. So thanks so much for joining me here today, guys. I really do appreciate it. I hope to see you in another video really soon.